Hey everyone, how are you? And welcome back to TerraVoid. So, I'm in my tree house, or my little tree thing house place. I don't quite know how to describe this, and there's a piece of string down there that I need to grab. Anyways, so I built this, and I did record myself building it. But it was a really sloppy recording because I had to keep going back and forth for resources over and over again. And I was just basically like really disorganized, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I should upload that. So, I didn't. Anyways, so basically, the reason why I made this is because, as you guys know, I'm doing the whole reptile enclosure thingies, like reptile houses, like in my house, but that's for my turtles and my Savannah monitor. But for my Komodo dragon, this is gonna be like my Komodo dragon's house because of reasons. So yeah. Anyways, I want to have that out of my hotbar because bad things will happen if I use that right now. Like, I really don't want to, and I don't want to break this either, because if I hit, like, one of these, it's gonna be the end. And then I'm gonna have to, like, break this and do it all over again, which I don't want to do. So anyways, yeah, that's, what I did, and it was really just it was funny, it was hilarious, because the recording itself took, it was like 40 minutes of me doing this, and in 40 minutes, I produced 2 jungle trees, 2 platforms, and a bridge. It's like, it took me 40 minutes to do this, which is funny, because if you think about it, all of that over there took me, about the same amount of, well, actually, it probably only took me about 2 hours, and you can see I produced far better results with my house. So, yeah, all that time that I devoted to my Komodo dragon. So, yeah, I'm just gonna put all of this in there for right now, including that. I am gonna take some, I'm gonna take this wood with me. Because I don't want to use up the jungle wood because I need it. So, yeah, and I'll even put that in there too because I don't really need that. I went through a, very sad experience where I realized that Tree Chopper and the Neptunium axe are not compatible with each other. Why do I feel short? Well, anyways, they're not compatible, so it's like I'd have to, even though it's a better axe than all the axes ever, it's not better because I don't have Tree Chopper, so it's like, well, that wasn't worth it, was it? Anyways, so one thing that I've been working on too, like you guys saw that I had the glow paper recipes, or recipe window open there, or recipe page, whatever you want to call it, because I started making glow paper, and glow paper is a very complicated recipe, and it's very resource intensive, and it also requires a lot of, paper, which, I do have a lot of, but it's just, it's annoying. So, yeah, but I'm gonna actually make more of that because there's like these glow paper lantern things that are gonna be hanging down from the jungle trees that I want to make because I think that will look cool. And I'm really not looking for your guys' approval here. Like, I really think it will look cool, therefore I'm going to do it. I mean, you know, if you want to share your opinion, you're welcome to do so, and if you don't like it, that's fine. It will not hurt my feelings in even a little bit, because I'm going to do it anyways, but, you know, I would still like to hear your opinions. I need to harvest all of this also, because I need to, breed my cows for books. Even though I, have a full enchantment table set up, I still need to get books. I I just find it more efficient to enchant books than to enchant tools, because once the tool is enchanted, that's pretty much it. But with a book, you can choose not to use that enchantment. And I find that very powerful in this game. Because there's nothing worse than, like, when back before you could actually enchant books, it was always really frustrating when I'd enchant something and then find that it, was then worthless to me, like Bane of Arthropods, for example, especially because you couldn't see the enchantment ahead of time. Now, Bane of Arthropods can actually be avoided, although in this particular series it is useful. But outside of mods, or outside of the Much More Spiders mod, Bane of Arthropods is pretty much the most worthless Minecraft enchantment to have ever existed. So there you go with that. Like, I don't even need Bane of Arthropods up against poison spiders. And poison spiders are so infrequently encountered anyways that it doesn't really make much sense to have Bane of Arthropods because of that. So yeah. But anyways, it is about to be nighttime. It would probably be a good idea for me to get my ass inside. Before I do that, I just want to grab this and that, because that gets me 20 pieces, which is good. And I just want to go to sleep, and then after I sleep, I will breed my cows. I don't want to do it right now because it is dangerous. So yeah, that comeback episode, by the way, for Hard Knocks, that was wonderful. I loved how my webcam, like, didn't work properly. Long story short, what happened was I set it to the wrong, webcam, because I have, or had, multiple webcam softwares on this laptop for, you know, as backups. And I was using SplitCam for a while, which is a, free, you know, webcam software recorder thingamabobber, and I was very happy with it, but then I realized that it's kind of glitchy, and I just stopped using it, but I didn't, like, uninstall it, which makes very little sense. So that happened, but anyways, that's gonna get me 2 paper blocks. So the recipe to make glow paper is 8 paper blocks surrounding glowstone. I have plenty of glowstone, trust me on this one. Plenty. When it comes to paper blocks, not so much. Yeah. So anyways, what was I talking about? I was talking about the split cam driver, and it didn't work out right, basically. I hate when I stop myself mid-sentence. I need to learn how to multitask while I'm recording. I'm probably never gonna learn it, but I need to. So anyways, I put away the wheat like a idiot. Anyways, let me just get that out, and then we will proceed. So I had an interview today. That's part of why I'm all made up the way that I'm made up. I mean, I don't really put on makeup to record. I put on makeup to go to work or do something outside of my apartment, generally speaking. I don't just, like, put on makeup for the hell of it. I mean, I could do that, but I don't. So, like, I'm one of those people who needs a reason. So anyways, I had a job interview with Creative Arts Workshop here in New Haven, and I've heard a lot of different opinions about creative arts for many years. They used to have kind of a, I don't want to say bad, but an unfavorable reputation. And then, some odd number of years ago, they kind of got a little bit better in terms of reputation. my understanding, and I could be very wrong on this, and anyone who lives in New Haven who's familiar with creative arts is welcome to correct me in the comment section if you have a better understanding of this. But anyways, my understanding is that they kind of got like a complete overhaul a few years ago. And a lot of people thought that Creative Arts was closing, but in reality they just got renovated heavily. And I believe they were like restaffed or something like that, or there was something in terms of like director and supervisors and all that stuff that were like fixed or replaced or whatever you want to call it. But basically a lot of things were done, and that's great. The only thing is, I still occasionally have heard unfavorable things, but you know, they have such like a huge impact on the community, and they're so popular, like not just throughout New Haven but throughout Connecticut, that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. I know it's a temporary position, but it would be probably be a lot of fun over the summertime to, you know, work that plus where I currently work right now. I mean, I'm not leaving my current job because that would be stupid, but you know, I was like, what the heck? I'll get my foot in the door. So that's what I did. I got my foot in the door, and my foot got squashed heavily when it went in the door. It's like I put my foot in the door and they just kind of slammed the door shut on my foot. You know how when when you're in an interview and the person interviewing you will ask you questions about yourself, or, you know, they might, I don't want to say like compliment your appearance, but they might ask you questions about yourself, or they might notice something and compliment it, or just notice something in general, or ask you something about your shoes, or something like that. You know, the general social things that people do with other people. And you know how they'll like ask you like, what ideas do you have? And I have a cat hair on my nose and it's really uncomfortable. Anyways, they'll ask you like, what ideas do you have? What experience do you have? You know, how did you get into art? How did you get into teaching? They started the interview with asking me to tell them a little bit about myself, which was kind of funny because it was like, okay, I can tell you about myself, but it's kind of hard to summarize me because I'm 30. You know, and I hate when people start interviews that way because it's like they're almost setting you up for failure at that point, and it's really annoying. And so I was like, yeah, so I started teaching when I was 19, and then I went into the whole story about it and told them all the different things about myself, and then they just didn't have any questions for me. Like, they literally had no questions, which is the most bizarre thing ever. It's like they were totally uninterested in who I was. And I didn't tell them, like, everything about myself. I just gave them the general summary of how I got into teaching and why I like teaching children and teaching art to children. And, excuse me, you would think that that would be good enough. But no. So, what ended up happening was, I how could I put it? I was what kept the interview going because it was about to be like a 5-minute interview if I hadn't like kept it going. I'm not kidding you. So then, you know, one of the women in particular who interviewed me, like, one of the women was an absolute sweetheart. She really was. She's a very nice person, but the other woman, just had like this resting bitch face the moment I walked into the room. She seemed to be like completely uninterested in meeting me, which was weird. Not that I think that like when I walk into an interview people should be like bowing to me or something or anything like that, because that's weird, but it was so bizarre. And she seemed like she just automatically hated me. And I have no idea what the hell I did to this woman. So I'm like, this doesn't feel right. So what ended up happening was, is like, I just You made a very interesting sound over there. This savannah just made a sound that sounded like somebody crunching on something else. Anyways, so I think the worst part about it was it's like I didn't have an opportunity to come across any particular way or come across well because they literally didn't care about who I was. It was really weird. I'm not kidding you, it was really weird, and I don't ever want to have an interview like that again, but it was a bad interview. It was bad. And I mean, there are a lot of interviews that I've had in my life where I haven't gotten the position, but the interview still went extremely well. Not this one. No, this was bad. And you know, it was a shame because when I walked into the place, I felt very, I don't want to say like at home, but I felt very comfortable in there because it was such a nice atmosphere, and then the interview happened. And so, yeah. But, in any case, despite that, I'm gonna put that there because I think that will look cool. Anyways, despite that, it's not the worst experience I've ever had in my life, that's for darn sure. I've definitely had... Oh, I can't get over that. Crap. I've definitely had far worser interviews than that, and far worser experiences than that, and that is definitely not the worst by any means whatsoever, but that didn't mean it was nice either. So, yeah. I'm making a roof, by the way, in case you're wondering what the hell it is that I'm doing here, because I feel that this is a thing that needs to be made. I don't know why, but I just feel that way. Yeah, so that can go like that. Oh, and another... Oh, it's about to be nighttime. Because I'm gonna get destroyed otherwise. So I'm just gonna have to break this because I want to be able to actually, like, put up the rest of the roof without, any BS at the moment. So anyways, how do I get back into... Yeah, I guess that's okay. So... I can't actually get back in now. Well... Actually, wait. Yes, I can. No! Oh! Crap. That was not what I wanted to do, even a little bit. Well then. Does that look okay? Yeah, it kinda does. That looks a little awkward, but it's okay, because it doesn't really need to be even. The universe may think it needs to be even, but it doesn't. I don't even know what this is supposed to be exactly, because it's like, you can't live in there, obviously. So what's the point? But, it's okay. So, I know I talked about the glow paper, but, when it comes to lighting, it just has to be this way, because, the glow paper is going to be, like, hanging down, like lanterns, kind of like what I did underneath my bridge over there, you know, but, obviously there'll be the, you know, lanterns and everything, but anyways, yeah, so, I need to put torches there, that's my point. I should have enough. Uh-oh. That is not supposed to be on that part of the block. Anyways, so let me put that there like that, and that like that. Oh, I think that's too far out. Yeah, it is. Did I just... Yeah, I lost it. Oh well. It is what it is. Oh, that's a delightful noise. The people upstairs are making a lot of noise. I will say, though, you know, when I went into this place, they had a really cool exhibit going on. This, you know, guy, Bob Gregson, who did these interactive art exhibits. Now, I, generally speaking, have never been particularly moved or impressed by these interactive art exhibits, because sometimes I find them to be kind of hokey, or like silly and whatnot, and not really interesting or mind-bending or anything like that. But he did these like modern art, geometric, contemporary, abstract things that you could spin. And I had a blast at just like spinning, like not aggressively obviously, but just like spinning things around and putting them in all kinds of different patterns. Because you could do like so many different things with them, with the way that he did like the colors and the lines, and it was really creative, and I had a blast with it. I really did. And it's rare for me to like something like that. It really is, because normally I'm very like, I could care about this, but I don't. But in that scenario, it was just the coolest thing ever. I absolutely loved it. And I could hang out with that guy's art for hours and just be like totally happy, because to me it was like that cool. And so yeah, that was a lot of fun for me. But when it came to the interview, that was just the only thing that was really bad, was the interview. And it's a shame, because it could have gone so much better. Anyways, so, I guess it's time to move Shraynor into here, because I guess it's done. I mean, I can't really think of anything else that I could do with this, other than maybe make another tree, but I don't know why the hell I would do that. I mean, of course I'm gonna do the glow paper, but that's gonna be like an ongoing project, obviously, because I don't have any more sugarcane. So, let me go get Shraynor, and then move him over there. Oh my god, I'm sniffling, and it's annoying. Stop it. No sniffling. I'm not sick anymore. No more sniffling. I don't like that whole sniffling thing. Is it about to be nighttime? I think it is. That's okay. Oh, no, it's not. It's just the clouds are covering the, sun. Okay. That's fine, I guess. You know, Minecraft is the only moment in time, too, when you could actually stare up at the sun and not go blind. Does anybody else notice that, or is it just me? Anyways, so let me just go get him, and then bring him over there. Alright, come on, you. You've sat on this balcony long enough. I guess they get along with other pets. I'm still afraid that the Komodo dragon is still hostile toward you, even though you tame it. And I'm convinced it's gonna, like, start attacking, like, my cats or something, or my dogs, but it's not. But I'm still, like, convinced of that. I don't even know why. I shouldn't be convinced of that, because there's nothing indicating that at all, but still. It's like one of those things. please teleport here? Oh, hi, there you are. Come here. Okay, I'm just gonna sit you there for the time being. And I'm gonna go get a leash, because I don't really want you to just be standing on the bridge. It makes me nervous. I actually want to put him, like, over on this platform and whatnot, for reasons of obviousness. So I'm just gonna get a lead. Oh, and I have to make banners, too, because I'm actually gonna do, like, banners that'll be going around the, glow paper as well. Because of reasons. Actually, you know what, let me test something out before I do that. I'm just checking on the daytime. I mean, I can see that it's daytime, but I still like to check on the exact position of the sun because of reasons. So let me just test something really quick, because I want to make sure that I can... Hey, you know, those actually look really cool, would look really cool without banners. Okay, good, I do get it back. Nice, that's what I was concerned about, but, gnat and stop it! I don't like gnats in my face, it's annoying. So let me, because I don't need this anymore, let me put that there. I should have Nightshade on me because of reasons of obviousness. And what was I gonna do? I was gonna get a lead. I hope this works. Oh, you know, another cool thing, too, is that at Creative Arts, they also had some, pottery on display. It was for sale. I wasn't gonna buy any of it, but it was really beautiful pottery. It was really, really nice. I mean, part of the reason why I don't buy pottery pieces or have interest in them, in buying them like I used to many years ago, is because after I took pottery, I had such an understanding of how the things are made that a lot of the things I look at them and I'm like, I can basically see how you made that, and not to say that, like, fuck. Anyways, not to, like, try to devalue somebody's work, it's just, ow. I can see how it's made, and therefore it becomes less impressive to me because I can see how it was made. It's like, I know how that's made because I've sort of done that before. Therefore, I don't find it to be all that interesting. There. Success. Yay. Cool, so you're here now. And I am in a very dangerous position at the moment, so, let me go home before all the spiders spawn and try to kill me. Because I really don't feel like dying. I mean, I don't think anyone really feels like dying, but in Minecraft anyways, but I especially do not feel like dying. Everyone leave me alone, because I am not spider food. So my pet is living very far away. Very far away. I just realized that now, just how far away Shrainer is. It's like... And now I feel like I have to build more things to compensate for that. It's like, I built that so far away. Why did I do that? Why didn't I just build it, like, right there? I'm not taking it down. That's for darn sure. I think I'm actually going to call this episode here because I don't want to go on recording too long. And I know my commentary has been like a lot of rambling and whatnot, which is totally unnecessary. I think probably in the next episode I'll actually get started on the reptile houses, because I think that would be really cool. I'm not going to do it in this episode, obviously, and I might not do it today because I kind of don't feel like it, but, yeah, I think for the next episode, when I get around to recording that, that is what I will do. So anyways, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And if you like this, then feel free to subscribe, comment, and like if you want to see more. So, as always, I will see you guys next time.